Live from the happiest place in the Lone Star State, welcome back to the Talking Mickey Project. TMP is your home for Disney fans of all abilities. Now, it's your host, Emma.
Hello, everyone.
You'll raise the roof.
Hello.
Who's here? Who's raising the roof?
Jonathan Palmer.
Let us see. Yes, Jonathan is here. Welcome. Thank you, Jonathan.
Well, he's back on Facebook.
Well, there he is. That's good to see him. He was on both YouTube and Facebook. And there's me. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, there is Mary.
Well,
Hello, all. I'm looking forward to seeing who gets the most correct answers. Awesome. And here is Emma's mom. And here is Crazy Mike's Fun Channel. Hello, Emma. I think that might be someone you
Michael?
know. Or Mike.
No, Mike Cummings, the other one.
Right.
This is Michael Heinsteiner. Is this your channel, Michael? Your new one, or did you change your username?
Well, he might have changed his username because I think I recognize the
No,
photo, the image.
The profile picture.
There you go, the profile picture. So, guys, guess what tonight is? Tonight, we've been looking forward to this one. This is trivia,
Yeah,
and it is all about Walt's barn
yeah.
and the Carolwood Pacific Railroad, which was Walt's backyard live steam miniature railroad. And the barn, well, we're not going to talk much more about that because we got a lot of questions.
Yeah.
We got a lot of questions, and we got a lot of photos.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw a few up there, so you'll have to stay tuned to really see those because we got a bunch of pictures from when we visited. He says, yes, it's me, Hersheimer, same crazy person, LOL.
You're not crazy, Michael.
See, Emma knew. That's awesome.
You make a really
Hey,
fun.
Crazy Mike's Fun Channel. There
You
you
make
go.
a really fun, good person.
And Candy Mom is here. Candy Mom is
Hey, Miss Christina.
Miss Cynthia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Cynthia is one of Emma's new moderators.
I was the one that helped her out on Instagram earlier, and I was the one who texted her.
That's right. You did a great job. And Candy Mom says, everyone hit the like button.
I smashed the like button.
There we go. All right. So we have trivia.
Well,
And before we get to trivia, we're going to tell you real fast how to find Emma online. If this is your first visit,
well,
you can find Emma's Facebook page, Talking Mickey Project YouTube channel.
well.
Go out there and follow, like the page. She's got a bunch of people following, and it's really fun. And Emma has her own group, Disney
It's
Friends
private.
of All Abilities. It's a private group because the way the group's set up, you have to just hit it to join, and we will approve.
Well, make sure to put your name.
Well, yeah, they know that's part of it. It'll work. It'll work in that way.
I know, I'm
So-
talking about when it pops up
Yes.
in a
That's-
chat.
Yeah, it'll tell you. Disney Friends of All Abilities. We've got well over 309 now. This is a screenshot from a while back.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
And I have to update this picture. This is Emma's website, talkingmickey.com. You can go and find all the links, as well as links to the Facebook group and the YouTube channel, and information about going to Disney parks with disabilities. And the About page has why Emma started her channel
Well,
and what her goals are.
well,
And she also has a page called talkingmickey.com/fiesta that talks about the fact that she is going to be the queen of Fiesta Special this year in San Antonio for Fiesta, which is coming up in April.
well.
So lots of cool stuff going on. We got some more people joining us, I believe. I'm looking.
Mom one.
And it looks like Miss Alma is here. Yep, there
Yep,
she
yes,
is.
we got YouTube.
Good to see you.
Big Alma, Cal Rock come on too, please.
And Candy Mom put on your link for Facebook. That's awesome. Thank you very
Thank
much
you, Miss
for doing that.
Christina.
And here's John.
Hello.
Good to see you, John. Thank you for coming back and visiting. All righty. Well, it is time.
Tell Emma I say hi, okay?
Yeah, well, she may be joining too. We'll wait and see. All right. So it's time for Emma's supposed to do that too, but she didn't do that.
Well,
It
how
is
can I wait
time.
saying it?
Well, you say it then.
It's time to true or false question.
All about Walt's barn, Walt's Carolwood barn.
Well,
Are you ready, kids?
I know I'll go make a new documentary about
Disney Dan has a costume evolution on SpongeBob right now. Yeah. And last week was Teletubbies. Those Teletubbies costumes are crazy. Tinky Winky is 10 feet tall in the original show. No joke. That would freak me out too. But anyway, all right, let's go. We're ready for the first 5 questions are true and false. The second 5 questions are multiple choice. And the last 5 questions are open-ended, general knowledge questions. They're all
open-ended questions.
Open-ended questions. There you go. So it is time. Keep track of your own scores. No answers in the chat. And we will see who gets the most correct. Number 1.
True or false? Walt Disney Carolwood Barn is now located at Griffith Park in Los Angeles, California.
Is that true or false?
Wait, did you spell it correctly?
Yes. Walt Disney's Carolwood Barn is now located in Griffith Park in Los Angeles, California. Is that true or false? Número 2.
Número 2. True or false? The barn's original location in Los Angeles was at 355 North Carolwood Drive in Holmby Hills.
There you go. Is that true or false? The barn's original location in Los Angeles was at 355 North Carolwood Drive in Holmby Hills. Here comes number 3.
True or false? The barn is a recreation of the Disney family barn in Springfield, Missouri.
Is that true or false? The barn is a recreation from Walt's memory and from just the design details that they did of the Disney family barn in Springfield, Missouri. Is that true or false? Number 4.
True or false? The barn was central
was an integral part, was important.
Oh.
Yeah.
To Walt Disney Model Railway and served as a roundhouse, painted and machine shop.
So is that true or false? The barn was part of central to Walt's scale model railway and served as a roundhouse, train shed, and machine shop. Is that true or false? Number 5.
True or false? The name of the Walt Disney Backyard Live Steam.
There you go.
Scale model railway, not live steam.
There you go.
Everyone. Write that on my end. Was the Carolwood Pacific Railroad.
So number 5, the name of Walt Disney's Backyard
Is that true or false?
Live steam scale model railway was the Carolwood Pacific Railroad. Is that true or false? We got a bunch of comments in the chat, so let us go.
Yes, Eva is in.
Eva's shopping for cat food online. Uh-oh. Kitty cats.
Come.
All right, let me look. I'm looking. And oh, there she is. She said that she made it. Awesome. And I'm looking. Yep, we got a bunch of people chatting. Thank you for doing that and staying active in the chat. That'd be fun. All right, so before we give you the answers, we want to tell you about quick. I'm going to do quick, okay, for sponsors. So Emma's supporters, Storybook Trips by Bridget Langford. That's bridget.langford@storybooktrips.com, or you can go to storybooktrips.com and look for Bridget. She is our Disney vacation planner. She is awesome. Numero 2, Junior's Kind Note Cafe. Junior roasts his own coffee and it's sold at bossabilityinc.org/store. This is all fair trade and organic coffee that is roasted. It's like Melissa drinks like a dark roast where it kind of removes some of the caffeine. So that's a healthier thing for her because Melissa likes and should be drinking decaf type coffee. But this is all done, and the profits go to nonprofit organizations. So this is a nonprofit fundraiser type organization led by Emma's friend, Junior, right?
So we get your Xbox Series X.
You don't have to tell everybody. He plays Xbox too. And in Beyond Disability Texas is Melissa, Emma's mom's podcast and YouTube channel, and we're still pushing her. She's got some stuff lined up. We can't wait to record these interviews and get them up on her channel, with the goal being to share information about resources for special needs families in the state of Texas, and focus probably mostly on San Antonio, but that could be accessed around the state in some cases. And then last but not least, we want to thank all of Emma's Patreon supporters, including Miss Natalia, Sir Willow, who else?
Jonathan.
Jonathan is brand new as a Patreon supporter, and Mike Klemovich, and Brian's West Coast Disney Adventure. So thank you all for doing that. We appreciate it. And it is time to get to answers. Are you ready for answers?
We can look at the rest of the other answers.
No, it's okay. We'll go through them. All right. So Walt Disney's Carolwood Barn is located in Griffith Park. That is true. Number 1 is true. Number 2, the barn's original location in Los Angeles was 355 North Carolwood Drive in Holmby Hills. That is true. That is the address of Walt and Lillian when they lived in Holmby Hills, and where the Carolwood Pacific Railroad was built. The barn is a recreation of the Disney family barn in Springfield, Missouri. That is false.
No.
It's actually located where? In what city in Missouri?
Marceline.
There you go. Marceline, Missouri is where it's actually located. They have a recreation of it there now. Number 4, the barn was central to Walt's scale model railway and served as a roundhouse, train shed, and machine shop. That is true. That's what it was built for. And number 5, the name of Walt Disney's backyard live steam scale model railway I gave away a minute or two ago. It was the Carolwood Pacific Railroad. So there are your answers. 1 true, 2 true, 3 false, which is Marceline, actually. Number 4 is true. Number 5 is true. And it is now time for... Okay, there we go. She's getting into the spirit.
I like saying them now.
All right. Hey, Mary got 5 out of 5. Also, awesome. And she knows Brian. Candy Mom knows Brian. That's cool. And let me look and see. Candy Mom says, yikes, I got 3 wrong. LOL.
It's okay, yeah.
The questions are fun, but challenging. You want to read it since you wanted to put it up?
Multiple choice question.
Da-da-da. Number 6, here we go.
The barn is known as the birthplace of what? A. Modern
animation.
B. Imagineering. C. Walt Disney Studios. Or D.
Disney Anna.
Disney Anna?
Yeah, it's like collectibles from Disney collectibles.
Oh, like Funko Pop?
Well, it's more Disney, original Disney stuff.
Like souvenir.
Yeah, sort of. Disney Anna is kind of a big category, but that's what it's known as. So, number 6. The barn is known as the birthplace of what? A. Modern animation. B. Imagineering. C. Walt Disney Studios. Or D. Disney Anna. Number 7.
The Lilly Belle was Walt miniature light steam locomotive named after who? A. His aunt. B. His wife. C. His sister. Or D. The flower.
like the lily flower, right?
Yeah.
So the Lilly Belle was Walt's miniature live stream locomotive named after who? A, his aunt, B, his wife, C, his sister, or D, just the flower, the lily flower.
What happened to the sister now?
Number 8, no hints. Go ahead.
Well, today the bar is maintained by which organization? A. L.A. Life
Steamers.
Steamers. B. L.A.
Historical.
Historical Society. C. Walt Disney Studios. Or D. The Carolwood Foundation.
So today the barn is maintained by which organization? This is number 8. A, the LA Live Steamers. B, the LA Historical Society. C, the Walt Disney Studios. Or D, the Carolwood Foundation. Number 9.
Artifacts housed in the barn today include all but which item? A. A telephone. B. A singing mug. C.
A trestle.
Trestle.
It's from a train bridge.
Oh, okay. Or D. Park bench.
So number 9.
A park bench, I'm sorry.
Yes. Number 9. Artifacts housed in the barn today include all but which of the following? A telephone. B, a shaving mug. C, a trestle, like a train trestle, a part of a bridge. Or D, the famous park bench, right? Griffith Park bench. And the last of our multiple choice questions.
After Walt passed away, the railway was maintained for several years, but they donated to who? A. L.A. Life Streamers. B. The Carolwood Foundation. C. L.A. Historical Society. Or D. Diane Disney Miller.
There you go. So number 10, after Walt passed away in December of 1966, the railway was maintained for several years by his wife on the property, but then it was donated to who? The LA Live Steamers, the Carolwood Foundation, the LA Historical Society, or his daughter, Diane Disney Miller. We got a bunch of comments. Let's try to catch up on some comments. Was Emma talking like a cat? Meow. Might have been. Hey, Dennis is here.
Hey, Nana.
Good to see you, Dennis. It has been a few days. It's great to see you every time.
So really it's now Sunday morning over in Australia,
Australia.
I believe.
Thanks for representing Australia on the Talkie Mickey project, right?
Yes, me.
All right. Skipper Dad, Kevin, my mate, good morning. How are you today? Doing well. I have never had someone call me mate before.
Well, apparently mate in Australian.
It means like friend.
Yeah, that's what it means.
That's awesome. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate being called your friend. All righty. Is it okay just to watch? Of course it is.
Yes.
These are good questions, John.
Thank you, John.
And he confirmed that's what it means. It's like friend. That's right, Emma. All righty. Are you ready for answers then?
Jonathan asking how you're doing.
Oh, doing well. Thank you, Jonathan. Doing well. I appreciate it.
I didn't know you have a profile picture.
Yeah, he was just on a Facebook. It may just show up that way. All right. So, guys, we are ready to give you the answers to multiple choice. Tell us how many you got right.
Yeah.
Of the multiple choice, or if you just want to tell us how many you've gotten right of the number of the 10 questions so far. And then after that, we have the last 5 questions of the evening. So the barn is known as the birthplace of what? B, Imagineering. Walt Disney's Carolwood Barn is known as the birthplace of Imagineering because the story goes that Walt had some of his first thoughts and ideas on how to put together Disneyland while working in his barn at his house in Holmby Hills. Isn't that cool? So, Imagineering, or the people that created, used to be called WED, right?
Yeah.
And there you go. That's why it's called that.
They could bring that name back, though.
Yeah, it used to be called Wedway, like the Wedway People Mover was what it was originally called in Magic Kingdom. And that stood for Walter Elias Disney, right? Wedway.
Yeah, they need to create that though.
Well,
The
that would be
name
cool.
that.
Maybe one day they will.
Maybe going to 200th birthday.
Oh my goodness, that would be a long time. The Lilly Belle was Walt's miniature live stream locomotive named after who? B, his wife. So number 6 was B, number 7 was B. His wife's name is Lillian, right?
Which is now at Disneyland, right? Or Magic
I think
Kingdom?
probably I'm not sure if that's a replica. I think the original might be at the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco, but I'm not 100% sure. I know the one that is in Walt's barn is a replica that's made from the same molds and patterns as the original, but it is not the original in Walt's barn.
Oh, yeah, no.
Huh?
Yeah, no.
No, the Lilly Belle that's there. Yeah. All right. So we're ready for number 8?
Yeah.
Today, the barn is maintained by which organization? D, the Carolwood Foundation.
Yeah.
And Emma recently interviewed Mr. Douglas Marsh, who is a member of the board for the Carolwood Foundation. 2-part interview because it was really fun. And if you want to know anything and everything about Walt's barn and about Walt's love for railroads and how it ties to Disneyland, please go back and watch on Emma's playlist the interview with Douglas Marsh of the Carolwood Foundation. That was a really good one.
Wow.
Number 9, artifacts artifacts housed in the barn today include all but the following. D, the park bench. Does not have a park bench, but it does have a telephone, shaving mug, and a part of a train trestle. And lots of other things. You will see, we got a bunch of pictures to show you because we visited back in 2019. Number 10, after Walt passed away, the railway was maintained for several years by Lillian, but then donated to who? It was donated to A, the LA Live Steamers. The LA Live Steamers. And then they put together the Carolwood Historical Society. And I believe that then turned into, or at least side by side, created the Carolwood Foundation to maintain it long term. All right. Wow. So the answers are 6B, 7B, 8D, 9D, and 10A. All righty.
Wait a minute. Go back to the answer. You want better than BB8? BB9.
Oh my goodness. You're just being silly now.
Yes,
you are. You're always so silly.
Wow.
And Eva says that was a great interview with Douglas Marsh. I think Emma did a great job with that one. She really connected with him. That was cool. And there's some stuff now. Oh, Dennis says, wow, I didn't know that. That is cool. Says, Crazy Mike's Fun Channel says the trains in the Disney parks run on biodiesel fuel, mostly made of cooking oil. And with all the fried foods at Disney, they get almost fuel for free. They don't have to dispose of it.
Oh, like the water
thing? Biodiesel.
Like the water thing from the...
I don't know. Candy Mom says she thought it would be the phone. Well, we got a picture of the actual phone that's in there. Mary got 8 out of 10 right so far. All right. Good job, Mary. This time, Candy Mom says she got 3 correct. And Candy Mom says she's 50 out of 50. So basically, she's at 50% correct so far. Was the train an A, B, C, D, or E ticket? You know, that's a good question. If somebody knows what Disneyland's, was that an A, B, C, D, or E ticket? I would think it might have been an E, but I'm not sure because he wanted everybody to ride the train. So it might have been a lower level.
Wait, did Eva got a Q again? Or?
Right now. So his Mike is 6 out of 10. Mike Wheeler. Hey, good to see you, Mike Wheeler. Welcome.
Well,
10 out of 10 here. All right.
We still gotta schedule the thing.
The interview, yeah. We're still hoping that you can talk to Emma on her show. So, Mike Wheeler, let's try to connect again. We'd really like to do that.
Look.
The fuel for the train is used and made from the oil fryers. That is true. So if you're eating Disney World French fries or anything else, you're helping to power the train at some point, right? All righty. Well, it is now time for the last set of questions, the last 5 questions. What?
Can you cut Eva's answer?
I don't think so. All righty. It is now time for the...
I'm going to edit again.
All right. Now, these usually get a little bit harder.
Look.
But with all the Disney fans that we got watching, I'll bet you're going to know some, if not all of these. So let's give it a shot. Here's ready. Number 11, Emma.
Look. Diane Disney Miller.
Walt's daughter. Negotiated
Negotiated the removal of what with Gabriel
Brenner,
the new owner, prior to the demolition of the family home in
Holmby Hills.
Holmby Hills.
So Diane Disney Miller negotiated the removal of what with Gabriel Brenner, the new owner, prior to the demolition of the family home in Holmby Hills. And the reason it had to be demolished, it couldn't be kept when someone bought the property, was because they were concerned that it had asbestos in the home, in the building. Asbestos, yeah. It's something that can cause lung cancer. Type of lung cancer.
It's a kind of mold.
No, it's a naturally occurring thing, but they used it for fire protection and insulation stuff. So it can be very dangerous. So they were thinking the house had it in it, so they had to tear the house down. But
did they catch it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what actually happened, but that's what they were concerned about. So what did she negotiate the removal of with the new property owner, Gabriel Brenner? All right, number 12.
Morgan, quote, Bill, quote, Evans, landscaped the original bar in Holmby Hill, and then what after it was relocated to Griffith Park.
So Morgan Bill Evans landscaped the original barn area in Holmby Hills and the whole property, actually, and did what after the barn was relocated to Griffith Park? What did he do then? Number 13.
Today, the barn contains samples of the train and toy collection from which Animator and train
enthusiast. That's right. So Walt's barn has collections of lots of things, not just Walt's stuff, but from other people as well. So today, the barn contains samples of the train and toy collection from which famous animator and train enthusiast? Number 14.
One of the cracker parts of the barn today are Walt's hand-built wooden what?
That's right. Number 14. One of the treasured parts of the barn today are Walt's hand-built wooden what? And last question of the night.
Walt Carolwood Barn recently acquired the last surviving engine and deck cars from Walt Disney attractions that are now being restored.
That's right. So
I'm not getting hit.
The Walt Carolwood Barn recently acquired, the Carolwood Foundation did. Walt Carolwood Barn recently acquired the last surviving engine and guest cars from what Disneyland attraction? They are now being restored. So they're not yet on display, but they're being restored. All righty. Let's see if we got some comments. Let's see. Eva says 7 out of 10 so far.
What did he put?
I wonder, does the smoke from the smokestack smell like fries and fried chicken? I'll bet it does. Candy Mom says there's so much to learn. Trivia and a science lesson.
Yeah.
Your mom said.
Well, you can could be all the excitement for all those who are watching.
And Mike says it's the fibers that you breathe that can kill you, the asbestos. That's true.
Oh.
Somebody says love you too.
Who
might that be?
Nanny? Grandma?
Might be.
Are y'all on there?
Might have a secret admirer. I'm just being silly.
Maybe my cousin.
Could be. All righty, guys. Are you ready? These are the open-ended question answers. And we're ready to rock and roll. So number 11, Diane Disney Miller negotiated the removal of what with new property owner Gabriel Brenner, the person who bought Walt and Lillian's home in Holmby Hills before the home was demolished. She negotiated for the removal of the barn, Walt's barn. It was still there after the track and all had been donated. So that was it. Diane Disney Miller was important in saving the barn. That's his daughter. Number 12, Morgan Bill Evans landscaped the original barn and grounds on the home in Holmby Hills and did what after it was relocated? The same thing. He actually landscaped around the barn, which you will see when we show you all the photos, to match the way it was landscaped originally, and has the barn facing in the same direction that it was in the Holmby Hills property. Same types of trees, same types of shrubs, everything. So when you're seeing it, it looks like it would have looked originally when it was built, right? With the plantings around it. Number 13, today the barn contains samples of the train and toy collection from which animator and train enthusiast? Who is that? I'm going to let Emma think for a second. Who is it? Think about the glasses.
I know he got with an F. I know it's Frank.
Frank?
No.
I don't know if it's Frank.
No, nope. Wait, no.
It is Ward Kimball. Ward Kimball. Remember? Had the big round glasses? You'll see them. There are actually some in here on the photos. Number 14, one of the treasured parts of the barn today are Walt's hand-built what? Wooden what? Workbenches. So they built the barn. The studio helped to build the barn, design. They actually designed, believe it or not, a sag in the roof line because they wanted it to look old, like it had been sitting there for a very long time. But he himself built the workbenches, and you'll see some of those that he worked on the trains and the other equipment that he had there in the barn. So those have been saved and are actually in the barn, the stuff that he created himself. Excuse me, just had to cough for a second. Number 15, Walt's Carolwood barn recently acquired the last surviving engine and guest cars from what Disney attraction? Mr. Doug talked about it on his interview. Mine Train?
Mom, let me do it.
Go ahead. I'm waiting.
Mine Train to Naked Wonderland.
That's right. And they're being restored. So they will be on display at some point in the future. Right now, they have the Combine car that was there for Disneyland originally, right? They have the little depot that was built for, I think it was Ollie Johnston's house. And we have photos of lots of stuff. He was one of the other train enthusiasts that Walt had, one of the other people that worked with him. Oh, Grandma says, Parker and Finney say hello. It's Emma's little twin cousins. This was fun, Candy Mom says. That's so cool. Okay, the party can start. I'm here.
Who are you?
As Grandma. It's time for the answers. It is. All righty. Let us see what's next. So, Candy Mom says, I'm learning. I like learning things, so much to learn. All right. Mary said she got 9 out of 15 tonight. John got 8 out of 15 tonight. Mike, 15 out of 15. Wow, Mike. Cool. Very cool. You know your Walt's Barn stuff. And since we are done, keep posting your stuff. Tell us what fact surprised you the most. Put it in the chat, and we'll come back to that after we show you the photos that we have. We have a lot of photos. These are only a few of them. We took tons of photos. All right, so this is Emma. You want to scoot? There you go. This is Emma waiting to get in. Walt's Barn is open from 11 to 3, and it's only open, I think, on the last Sunday of the month, something like that. Or maybe it's the third Sunday. You'll find it if you go to Walt's Barn online. You can find it, the Carolwood Society, Carolwood Foundation.
Right?
Yes, and you can find all the information. And it actually may have changed since the time we were there. But you can see it. Look at carolwood.com, and then carolwood.org is a different. That's the foundation page. But this is her waiting to go in. We were first, of course. This is actually a picture of Walt's Barn. You can see the plantings around it, the types of trees that were there. This is a different photo from a different angle of Emma Doodle, as we called her when she was little, and me. It's a beautiful area, and this is the grounds of the LA Live steamers. This is another picture of Emma, and she is talking to Dave Koenig. And he wrote this book called The 55ers, which is all about the original Disneyland cast members from 1955. And it's all their stories, personal stories, their stories of working there and their backgrounds and everything else. And she interviewed, right? You interviewed Mr. Dave last year sometime. So look for that interview also on Emma's playlist.
I think I can part.
And here's another picture of the barn and us talking. You can see the folks there with the gray shirts that say Walt's Barn Crew. The admission to this is free. You just have a sticker showing that you're there to see the barn, and you wait in line to go through. I think we were the first to actually go in. This is right inside the door. You can see Carolwood Drive, 355 North. So that's the reference back to Walt and Lillian's address, right? This is the telephone we were talking about. This phone would connect up to the house. So when Lillian wanted to reach Walt and he was out in the backyard, he had this phone and he could use, because it's kind of like a period phone from when the original barn would have been built in Marceline back in that time, right, when he was little. And they could talk to one another. Or the other thing that Mr. Douglas Marsh told us, was that Walt had a giant bell, like a clanger type thing, connected to this phone, so that even if he was out on the tracks doing maintenance or whatever else, if the phone rang, he could hear it anywhere on the property. This is supposed to be, and this might be a copy of it, but this is supposed to be the last image taken of Walt at Disneyland. There's a painting of this at Disneyland. And
actually, I think.
Yeah, and I've seen it elsewhere too, but this is actually in Walt's Barn as well. This is kind of a map layout of the Carolwood Pacific Railroad. If you look on the lower left-hand side, let's see if I can point, like right there, that part. That is the house, that orange part with the kind of angles. That's the house. You can see where it's labeled Walt's Barn. And the house, the angle of the house faced the front. So this would have been the street, this area. And you could see Carolwood Drive would have been over there. I guess it probably moved a little bit around. And then the layout of all the tracks. So he actually had a tunnel. This is the trestle. There you go. And you can see all the different things. So Yensid Valley, remember Mr. Doug talked about that also. It's Disney spelled backwards, right? This is the Carolwood Historical Society, Carolwood Pacific Historical Society. That's a name tag with Walt's name on it. Walt was one of the founding members of the LA Live Steamers, which is a club that still exists today that operates live steam engines and just live steam engines, not just locomotives, but industrial type live steam motors. And they were there that day. Remember, they set all that stuff off and a big whistle and all that stuff. That was kind of cool. And this is one of the wheels. So you can see how it's one of the machined wheels for one of the locomotives of the cars. These are coveralls that Walt actually wore. The picture above has him in some overalls, but these are actually the coveralls. This is a model of what were you saying? I'm slipping my mind all of a sudden. The mine train.
My train to Naked Waterway, where Thunder Mountain is now.
And this is a model of what it used to look like. So what they're actually restoring is one of these little locomotives. And I think he said they had 2 of the cars, 2 or 3 of the passenger cars. Okay.
Oh, I think it's the one that we're sitting out.
Could be. And this is the model that they have at the barn of the Lilly Belle, excuse me. So this is an actual model of what, using the same tools and everything else, the patterns to build, that Walt built. This is a copy of that. This is a picture of Walt in his engineer outfit with his overalls and his hat, which you may see in a minute, a similar hat to that. This is an actual model of the barn itself and what it used to look like. And this is kind of the model from the one that was in Marceline, right? And then they used that to base off from Walt's memory to build the one at his property, which got moved to Griffith Park. This is an actual switch stand that was used on Walt's railroad on his property. They had little miniature switches to change the tracks, just like they would have in real life in full size. This is some stuff. I'm wondering, I don't remember exactly what this is. I'm wondering if it was ballast or something like that from the tracks. But it's got Carolwood Pacific Fairweather Route. It's this little medallion. And this is one of Walt's pork pie hats. They said this was his favorite style hat, and this hat actually was Walt's. And according to this little plaque, Walt's wife Lillian was not particularly fond of his choice of hat. So she didn't like those hats too much, but that was his favorite style. This is part of the train trestle. So you see the trestle that was built on the property. This is a part of that. You can tell kind of by the age of the wood and everything. It's one of the artifacts. This is another map, as you can kind of tell where the house is, that angled part.
It looked like in the style of a
Carolwood Drive is on the side right there, right?
It looked like in the style of a Disney map.
Yeah, sort of. And then the red one is the barn, just like we said. This is stuff from Ward Kimball. So the Firehouse 5 plus 2, it was a band, right, that played at Disneyland and included Ward Kimball. And this is a helmet that was used for those folks that played in that band. So it says Firehouse 5 plus 2 on it.
They were at DCA, right?
No, they were in Disneyland originally. And here's a picture of that gentleman, Ward Kimball, with his round glasses. And you could see some other things talking about him. This is some of Ward's glasses and a hat that's actually signed by Ward Kimball. This was from the Steam Up Party, 1997, it says.
It's a little faded, the handwriting.
It definitely is. Now, this is from Ollie Johnston. This is some legendary animator. Excuse me. He was also a huge train enthusiast. This is that mug. So Walt would go down there on the weekends when he wasn't busy, which probably was not too frequently. But I'm sure he did whenever he could. And sometimes he would shave down there. And this is a copy, basically, of the same shaving mug, shaving brush, and all that he would use. And razor. You can kind of see that. Here's some other photos. Everywhere you look inside the barn, all the walls are covered in photos and memorabilia, and there's displays in the middle of the floor, so you walk around it. It's just pretty amazing. This one says Santa Fe and Disneyland Railroad, 2546. And there's a lantern, signal lantern. And here you see the sink that Walt would have used. And this thing up here, this little container that says Boraxo under the window, that's to clean your hands. right?
Uh,
And he had a little pencil sharpener. And there's the shaving mirror he used. And last photo, last but not least for tonight, we do have more, but we figured we don't want to put too many up there.
right.
Here's a picture of Emma.
Uh,
Emma is a member of the Carolwood Society.
uh,
As you can tell, she has her name tag on there.
uh,
And you can see some of the other collections of toys and train collections. And you see the black and white photo on the left. That's Ward Kimball there.
isn't that Walt right there?
This one?
Right there.
I can't tell. That one, it's kind of small. It's hard for me to tell. So there you go. What do y'all think? We got a bunch of comments. Let's see. Let's look. Yes. Candy Mom says the photos would have helped me answer the questions. That's right. That's why we saved those photos. Michael says, great photos. Wow, cool pics, Emma. Good thing he didn't have film to use. It would have 35 meter film belt. That's right. Walt's Barn looks good, but haven't visited Walt's Barn at Disney World. Right. They don't have one there, but that would be cool.
It's only in Griffith Park, Jonathan.
Yes. Don't tell old what's-his-face, whose name shall not be mentioned. But yeah, there's free parking and there's free admission if you want to see Walt's Barn when it's open.
You mean CEO?
Yeah. And we do. We took so many photos. We have a whole book from the day, from there, from the Tam O'Shanter, from visiting Walt and Lillian's graves, and from going to the merry-go-round in Griffith Park, right? Carousel.
But they haven't maintained the horses, apparently.
Yeah, it can use some work, I think. It can use the carousel merry-go-round can use some work. My uncle got a picture with Walt at Disneyland. He carried that picture with him at all times. Wow, that's a cool thing. That is really, really cool. Candy Mom agrees, Ava, that is cool. Steam engines are used to run power tools before electric power was used to run them, and a belt spinning with a flywheel would run the tools. That's true. That's true. And there we have some photos of the LA Live steamers and some of their installations of these real industrial steam engines. It's really pretty coul.
T-Bolt and his family are on.
Oh, hey, T-Bolt. Good to see you. The front of the train cars at Big Thunder Mountain is molded after nature through Wonderland. It's similar. That's for sure. That's for sure. That was meant to say they're molded from the same ones. There you go. I never knew that, John says. I also have a pic of my mom and dad before they got married at Disneyland, 1958. Wow. Everybody was dressed like it was Dapper Day. Yeah.
Well, that's how people used to dress up, Emma.
That's right. It was Dapper Day every day.
That's what people
T-Bone says
up
that looks like the old phone in the
back in the
confectionery.
50s.
That's true. My dad used that shaving mug. There we go.
Brian gone.
Nice name tag, Emma, in your photo.
Thank you.
Hey, Brian. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you, Emma.
How do you become a member of the Carolwood? Go to carolwood.com.
Yeah.
I believe it's carolwood.com. And you will see you just have to fill out the information and join. Or if you want to, you can go to carolwood.org and you could donate to the foundation, which helps them maintain and restore and that kind of thing. Those are also things that are available.
But tell your parents first, Jonathan.
Yeah.
That's a friendly reminder.
Did Roy have a hand in building the barn? You know, I don't know.
We don't know, Don.
The people that helped to design and everything were at the studio, so there could very well have been. And the people that originally machined the locomotives and the cars were in the studio. So it very well could have been that he was involved in some way. Glad we celebrate Walt's birthday at the Fiesta Special Big Unveil. That's right.
Yeah.
When they unveiled the fact that Jonathan was going to be a prince and Emma was going to be queen for Fiesta Special this year was actually on Walt's birthday.
Last year, actually. It was last year.
Well, of course, in December. And Emma got the whole crowd at the event to sing happy birthday to Walt. He
was going to be 120 years old.
It was really cool. David Mitchell is here. Good to see you, David Mitchell. Me and my wife are both autistic.
Okay.
I think you are here for the first time. If you are, we're going to give you a virtual first visit button for you and your wife.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Mike Wheeler says, Candy Mom, I am just a Disney buff. Hey, Monica.
Yeah.
Good to see you. David, hello. Hey, Mike. Mary says, I enjoyed myself tonight. Cool. Glad you did. Glad you're here. I'm looking. Miss Emma, you look fabulous in your ears. What do y'all think of her hairdo?
Yeah.
I love it. I think her hair looks great. Her mom helped her with her hair tonight.
She always does.
And she does, right. But this time she did a different style. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Eva says, this was fun once again. Oh, David said it's actually his 4th time. Well,
yeah.
Welcome back.
I'm seeing his name on the other line.
Welcome back. Always fun. All righty. Well, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Wait, did y'all subscribe, David?
Huh? Oh, did they? Well, if he's watching for the 4th time, he probably has subscribed. If you haven't, guys, do go subscribe. We would appreciate that. Emma, you really need Mike Wheeler as an interview.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah.
We would love to have Mike on, and Melissa can reach out to him again and see if we can get something scheduled. That would be cool. I love Emma's hairstyle.
It's natural curls.
She has curls, that's for sure.
Natural curls.
And David says, I have been subscribed for a year now.
Okay.
Thank you, David. That means a lot. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, Sue Moo's here.
Sue Moo says, I'm always late.
It's okay, man.
It's okay. Team replay. Hashtag team replay, right?
Yeah.
I love your look, Emma. You're always looking good.
Thank you, Emma.
You're gonna give her a big head there, huh? All right. Well, Dennis is correct. It is time to wrap it up. So, what are you going to say? How do you wrap it up, Em?
I'm always going to get you all come up for monthly. Make a like, subscribe, and share the channel with your family and friends and neighbors.
That's right.
If they watch YouTube.
That's right.
Or on Facebook.
That's right. And until next time, we will.
Until next Wednesday, guys, for what interview? Oh. Well,
secret. We're going to publish it tomorrow. Or publish the thumbnail tomorrow.
Until next Wednesday night, guys. See you real soon. Night, guys. See you all next Wednesday night.
See you guys. Good night.
The special interview.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Well.